If I had invested in my 20s, I could be retired today. I'm 42 years old. I own 4 properties, all on mortgage. And I still feel like I started too late. I did what most people do in their 20s. I earned money and spent it. Travel, experiences, freedom. And don't get me wrong, I don't regret living life, but I do regret not understanding this one thing. Time in the market beats everything. I didn't buy my first property in Sydney until I was 35 years old. Now I'm 42. And when I run the numbers, I could have been financially free by now. Instead, I'm still working an 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. job, feeling burnt out because I don't have the freedom to stop. The biggest lie I believed in my 20s, I can't afford property. I thought I had to pay for everything myself. Mortgage, costs, everything. That fear stopped me for years. But here's the truth I wish someone told me earlier. Your tenant helps pay for your mortgage. The government helps through tax returns. And over time, the property grows in value. You're not doing it alone. What I got wrong. Valuable lessons. Mistake number 1, buying in the wrong location. My first property, a 40-year-old unit in a slow-growing suburb. It still grew, but slowly. What I didn't know, growth follows infrastructure. Look for areas where the government is investing. Transport, hospitals, schools, airports, jobs. That's where demand rises. Mistake number 2, ignoring property age. Older properties means less tax benefits. Newer properties, especially those under 7 years old, means higher depreciation, bigger tax returns, less maintenance. My newer properties, they put more money in my pocket every year in tax return. However, if your older properties are already positive gearing and generating a profit, that's perfectly fine too. At the end of the day, the property that puts money in your pocket is still working in your favor. Mistake number 3, fear of interest rates. I used to think, what if the rates go up? I can't afford it. But I didn't understand this. Rent usually goes up too. Interest can be tax deductible. Fear kept me stuck. Strategy that changes everything. Interest only versus principal and interest. Interest only means higher tax deductions. Principal and interest means paying off faster. With principal and interest repayments, only the interest portion is tax deductible, not the principal. With interest-only loans, the full repayment is interest, which means a larger portion can be claimed. Ultimately, it comes down to your strategy and long-term goals. Hold versus sell. Some people sell after growth, but me, I'm playing the long game and choosing to keep the property as long as I can. Why? Because the property can give you passive income, especially if you want the option to retire early or step away from work to focus on things that matter, like volunteering or mission work for me. But it can also give you equity to grow your property portfolio and a legacy for your children, if you have any. I know an elderly couple who built a portfolio of 6 properties. When they retired, they sold them and used the money to help their children with deposits to buy homes in Sydney, something their kids couldn't have done on their own. That's a powerful legacy. Do I buy a unit or a house? When it comes to choosing between a unit or a house, houses typically offer stronger capital growth because of the land value, give you more flexibility to renovate the entire property, allow upgrades like installing a solar panel. With units, it's more affordable to get into. It's generally easier to rent, but you're limited. You can't renovate the whole building or add things like solar panels. Your choice should always come back to your overall investment strategy. Keep in mind, property investing is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's slow, long-term, but that's actually its strength. Because time allows property values to grow, rent to increase, debt to reduce, and compounding to do its work. That's how real wealth is built, quietly, over time. If you're in your 20s or 30s, you still have time. Don't wait until burnt out forces you to think about freedom. Start now, even small, even imperfect, because one day you'll either say, I'm glad I started early, or I wish I did. And trust me, you don't want to be in a position like me, looking back and thinking, I could have started sooner and retired early. You have a chance to choose a different path.